Incompletions, insecurities, nothing is needed for you to exist. Paramashiva alone is enough for you to live absolutely, blissfully, celebrating, fulfilled, complete, intensely. Mahavamashiva. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let our biology become one with Paramashiva's biology. Let macrocosm we carry become one with microcosm. Let the microcosm we carry become one with macrocosm of Paramashiva. Let our organism become one with Paramashiva's organism. Let Paramashiva's organism become one with our organism. Let oneness become living strategy, living experience of all of us. Amda Mahavagya, do it intensely. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
It's left to start.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, let us all settle down. Please sit in a comfortable position on your yoga mats. Come to a space of deep, restful awareness. Visualize Swamiji in your third eye. Bring your hands to the Atmanjali Mudra. Let's begin with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let us now chant the Shiva Moola mantra. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Let us now begin with the Tattvachamanam.
Now please place your Panchapatram and Udharani in front of you and place your right palm in the Gokarna Mudra. Now please pour an Udharani of water in your palm and drink it at the end of the mantra as we chant the following mantras. Om Atma Dattvam Shodayami Swada. Pour another Udharani of water in your hands. Vidya Dattvam Shodayami Swada. Pour another Udharani of water in your hands. Shiva Dattvam Shodayami Swada. Pour another Udharani of water in your hands. And wash them. Now, with the base of the right hand, wipe the upper and lower lip once. Om Ham Hridaya Namaha. Wash your hands with the Udharani of water. Now, with the index, middle ring fingers of the right hand, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands with an Udharani of water. With the index finger and thumb, touch the right nostril, the left nostril, and with the ring finger and thumb, touch the right eye, right ear, left ear. Wash your hands with an Udharani of water. Now with the little finger and thumb, touch the navel, the right chest, the left chest, and with all the fingertips, touch above the head, the right shoulder, left shoulder, and heart center. Wash your hands with the Udharani of water.
Let us now begin the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. Set the conscious resolution that you want to have for your whole day. During the Nithyananda Yoga, anything that we set becomes a part of our biomemory and muscle memory. Visualize yourself in a completely complete space without any patterns in completions. samskaras. Visualize your body the way that you want to manifest your body, with complete strength, health, without any disease. Craft your body in your inner space, and through the Nithyananda Yoga, we'll be manifesting it into reality. With this, let us now begin the Sankalpa.
Please place your right hand on your left palm and place both your hands on your right thigh. As we now begin with the Sankalpa mantra. Mamopata samasta duridakshaya dwara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham
Shri Nithyanandeshwari
Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Pararde Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanmantare Ashtavimshatitame Nitya Yuge Pradame Pade Jambu Dvipe Bharatavarše Bharadakande Meroho Dakshine Parshve Shakabde Asmin Vartamane Vyavaharike Prabhavadinam Shashtyaha Samvatsaranam Madhye Krodinam Samvatsare Uttarayane Lakshmi Venkateshwara Ritau
Kumbhamase Krishna Pakshe Prathamayam Shubhaditau Guruvasarayuktayam Maghanakshatra Shobhana Yoga Balavakarana
एवं गुण विशेषण विशिष्टायाम अस्याम शुभदितौ श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशान्त श्यामला पीठारूढ़ श्री मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वर भिन्न स्वरूप परजवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमन्य तुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवर्त्रे श्रीमत् परम शिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्ह काहलादि
समस्त विरलावल्लंकृत
ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा वयाप वर्ग वर्ष
विश्रान जीमूत
परमद कल्प केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज भान्य महाराज गुरु शपन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणा नरहार ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमत् ऋषभ ध्वज स्थापक सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामी नाम अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ तृणवद्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्त्रे साक्षात् श्री परम शिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्य वंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगत गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमांस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमद् जगत गुरु भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परम शिव ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेम स्थैर्य वीर्य विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यानाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष त्रिविध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं समस्त हृदोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्त मंगलावाप्यर्थम भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञान वैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थम पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थम नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Now please take an uddharani of water and wash your hands. Om apaupasprisya.
Now please put your Panchapatra and Uddharani to the side and let us all stand up on our mats. Please sit down. Please sit on your mat. We'll be beginning with the Trithiya Vinyasa Krama sequence. Please sit on your mats in Sukhasana. Sit in a comfortable position, cross-legged with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring your index and thumbs together in the Bindu Mudra and place on top of the respective knees. Visualize Bhagavan Paramashiva, Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is inhale. Feel the air fueling your Jataragni and exhale. Jataragni is the fire in your stomach. The Bandha is Mahamudra Bandha, that is keeping your chin to your chest in Jalandhara Bandha, bringing your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, and contracting your perineum in the Mula Bandha. The japa that we'll be chanting is Soham Tatsukhasanamityuktam Asaktastat Samacharet Asanam Vijitam Yena Jitam Tena Jagatrayam. Now relax. The next asana is Parvatasana. Extend both your feet forward and bring your feet into Padmasana. That is, keep your legs on top of the other thigh. Bring your palms together in the Atmanjali Mudra in front of your heart center and raise them above your head. Keep your elbows straight. Visualize yourself as Mount Kailash. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is inhale. Feel the air fueling your Jataragni, the fire in your stomach, and exhale. Perform the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha, all three bandhas. That is your chin to your chest, your stomach pulled in and up, and contracting the perineum. And the japa of Soham.
अतवक्षे महादेव पर्वतासनमङ्गलं यत्कृत्वा स्थिररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
Now relax. The next asana is Halipavasana. In Halipavasana, bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. Hold the left hand by your right hand behind your back. Now slowly bend down and place your forehead on the ground behind your heels. Place your head to your heels. Engage all the three bandhas and gaze to the nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale, feel the air fueling your Jataragni, the fire in your stomach, and exhale. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, that is, all three bandhas together. Jalandhara Bandha, putting your chin to your chest. Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. And the japa of Soham.
पूरब विधियाहू में जानो उभय भगतली संपुट टानो पिष्ट बचे दो वो कर लियावो दचन कर सो वाम गहावो पिष्टि हतेल्यांकी है जोई हमसु सहित भूमि धरे सोई पुनिला लाटी भूपरिताने एडिया लगता माही आने.
Now relax and come up. Continue to remain in the same position. Keep your soles of your feet together in front of you. Now stretch your hands and cup your hands. Cup your palms and stretch your hands in front of your feet and bend all the way down, letting your head touch your heels and your palms in front of you on top of your head. Engage all the three bandhas and gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as a snake. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale. Feel the Vayu, the air, fueling your Jataragni, and exhale. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, that is, all three bandhas together. Jalandhara Bandha, putting your chin to your chest. Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Perform the japa of Soham.
पूरब विधि परियागा नैनी चौहोई कहूँ निपन स्यौ लगाई हाथ आगाने दर्दी लगावे पसारी दो हाथ की अंजुली करे भूयडी परि लगावे दृष्टि नासा अग्र आसन कौगुन शरीर बता जाई.
Now relax, please come up. The next asana is Kokilasana. In this asana, stretch your legs in front of you. Hold the big toes with your index and middle fingers. Perform the Prana Mudra, that is, your index and middle fingers stretched out. Hold your big toes with the index and middle fingers. Stretch your legs out and upwards. Then cross your feet into Padmasana, bringing your opposite feet to your opposite thighs. Now lean forward and down onto your elbows. Visualize yourself as a bird. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale, feel the air fueling your Jataragni, and exhale. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, that is, all three bandhas. Jalandhara Bandha, bring your chin to your chest. Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. And the internal japa of Soham.
अतान्यदासनं वक्षे येन सिद्धो भवेन्नरः अकस्माद्वायु संचारं कोकिलाख्यासनेन च ऊर्ध्वे हस्तद्वयं कृत्वा तदग्रे पादयोः सुधीः.
Now slowly come up. Release your legs from Padmasana and place one ankle on top of the opposite knee. Place your ankles on top of your opposite knee and hold the opposite elbows with your hands. Now gaze to your nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. And now slowly rotate your arms in a circle. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka. That is, inhale. Feel the air going to your Jataragni, the fire in your stomach, and exhale. Now change direction. If your hands were going in the clockwise direction, change direction. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, that is all three bandhas together. The first is Jalandhara Bandha, putting your chin to your chest. Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. The internal japa of Soham.
घोड़ा बामा पाद की आश्रमा हिली सोय दच चरण को वारिलौ तापरि गुल्प समोय माम पाद को महिरौ बहरौ गुल्प जुजाना तापरि घोड़ा दच की आमस बारली टान बहुरी बुजा दो करके जोई कहुन्या लगता पकरो सोई बुझ पसारे अर्ध करि रासे नासा दृष्टि वचन नहीं बासे.
Now relax. The next asana is Gajasana. In Gajasana, come on to your hands and legs. Press your hands onto the ground, lifting your hips as high as possible towards the sky. Make sure that your heels are onto the ground and your palms are on the ground. Make sure that your back is straight, your legs are straight, and your hips are as high as possible. Now slowly lower your head and then lower your chest, scooping your body forward and up. Again and again. Bend your elbows. Bring your face and chest all the way up to the ground and come back up. Scoop your body forward again and again. Visualize yourself as an elephant. Perform the pranayama of the Samana Kumbhaka. That is, inhale. Feel the Vayu going to your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the Uddiyana Bandha, that is pulling your stomach in and up, and the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum, and the internal japa of Soham.
नुज्य पादाग्रे भूवौ कृत्वा लब्बीभूय वस्तकाग्रे हृदाय नितम्बं मूर्धमुन्नमय्य नामि लक्ष्यं भूमौ नासिकामानीय हस्ततरपर्यन्तं नयेत् इत्थं पुनः पुनः कुर्यात् गजासनं भवति.
Now continue to remain in the same position. The next is Rikshasana. In this asana also, place your palms firmly onto the ground and now alternate pressing the heels of your foot into the ground while lifting the other heel up. So when your right heel is down, lift your left heel up. And when your left heel is down, lift your right heel up. Repeat this again and again. Visualize yourself as a bear. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale. Feel the air fueling your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the two bandhas of Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And perform the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. And perform the japa of Soham.
एकैकं पादमाकुञ्च गजासनं कुर्यात् रिक्षासनं भवति.
Now let's all stand up. Please come to a standing position. The next asana is Vaishyasana. In this asana, stand tall on the tips of your big toes. Keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line and perform the Hridaya Mudra. The Hridaya Mudra is bringing your index, middle and ring fingers to your heart center. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is inhale. Visualize the air fueling your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the two bandhas of Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And the next is Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Perform the internal japa of Soham.
केशेन पादयुगलं तद्वातिष्ठेत दोमुखः अथ वैश्याः वक्षे यत्कृत्वा सत्यवान् भवेत्.
Now relax. Let us now enter into the first karana of today. The first karana is the Urdhva Janu Karana. In this karana, stand with your heels touching, your toes facing outwards at a 45-degree angle, and slowly bend your knees. Now keep both your hands on the chest, your elbows parallel to the ground. Now take your right knee towards the center of your body and raise it up and back across the body to the original position. Simultaneously, as your legs are going towards the center of your body and outwards, follow the same movement with your respective hand, raising it up and across the body. Now repeat on the other side. Continue doing this again and again on both sides. This is the Urdhva Janu Karana. Now relax. The next asana is Balalingasana. Continue to remain in a standing position. Now interlace the fingers from outside in. This is the Sarva Vashankari Mudra. In the Sarva Vashankari Mudra, interlace your fingers from outside in so that your fingers are facing you and your knuckles are facing outwards. Now place the Sarva Vashankari Mudra, your hands on your knees, and begin with your right leg. Pull your right knee towards your chest as much as possible, keeping your spine straight. Visualize yourself caressing a baby. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale, feel the Vayu, the air, fueling your Jataragni, and exhale. Perform all three bandhas, the Mahamudra Bandha. So the first is Jalandhara Bandha, tuck your chin to your chest. The second is Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. The third is Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Gaze to a point in front of you so you are standing stably without shaking. Perform the internal japa of Soham.
Ekam jana urasi alingya satavyam bhalinganam bhavati.
Now relax. The next asana is Padapidanasana. In Padapidanasana, take your right foot and pull it behind towards your buttocks, bend your knees, and hold your right foot behind you with both your hands. Keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale. Visualize the air going to your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, that is, all three bandhas together. The first is the Jalandhara Bandha, putting your chin to your chest. The second is Udhyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. The third is Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Perform the japa of Soham.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेतनं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Now relax. The next asana is Natarajasana. In Natarajasana, now with your right hand, hold on to your sole of your right foot from the inside. Extend your opposite hand, that is the left hand, forward. Keep your hand in the Bindu Mudra. Your index and middle fingers together and your other three fingers stretched out. Simultaneously, bend forward and pull the foot back and up. Lean forward. Extend your left arm in front of you. Keep your gaze where your left fingers are pointing. Visualize yourself as Bhagavan Nataraja, the dancing form of Bhagavan Paramashiva. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale. Visualize the air going to your Jataragni, the fire in your stomach, and exhale. Perform Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum, and the internal japa of Soham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now let us repeat all of these three asanas on the other side. The first is the Balalingasana. Place your hands in the Sarva Vashankari Mudra. Your fingers from outside in. And now hold on to your left knee and pull your left knee towards your chest. Keep your spine straight and engage all the three bandhas. Visualize yourself caressing a baby. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale. Visualize the prana going into your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, which is all three bandhas together. The first is the Jalandhara Bandha, putting your The second is Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And the third is Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Perform the internal japa of Soham.
Ekam jano risiyalingya sthata.
The next asana, relax. The next asana is Padapidanasana. Now please take your left foot and pull your left foot behind towards your buttocks, holding it with both your hands. Keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line and engage all three bandhas. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale. Visualize the prana going into your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, the all three bandhas together. The first is Jalandhara Bandha, putting your chin to your chest. The second is Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And the third is Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Perform the internal japa of Soham.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेतनं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
The next asana is Natarajasana. Now with your left hand, hold on to the sole of your left foot from the inside. Extend your right hand forward with your index and thumb together in the Bindu Mudra. Now lean forward and raise your left foot behind you. Visualize yourself as Bhagavan Nataraja, the dancing form of Bhagavan Paramashiva. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale. Feel the air going to your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the Mula Bandha, that is, contracting your perineum. And the internal japa of Soham.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now please relax. The next is the Ardharechita Karana. In the Ardharechita Karana, bring your heels together. Your feet pointing outwards, your toes pointing outwards, and your knees bent. Come to Aramandi position. Now keep your left hand at your chest and extend the right hand out and wide. Now, like a pendulum, bring your hand all the way back to your chest. And while the arm swings, move your fingers one by one towards the palm and then outwards. Now bring your hand all the way up to your nose. This is the Ardharechita Karana. Now cross your other feet. Bring your left foot behind your right foot. And now alternate your hands. Keep your right hand to your chest and your left hand swinging like a pendulum with your arms stretched forward and then coming all the way in and touching your nose. The next is the skeleton dance. Now continue to remain standing on your mats. Visualize yourself as a skeleton without any muscles, any flesh, any skin, just as a pure skeleton. Now shake your body intensely without any coordinated movements. Shake all of your joints, your knees, your shoulders, your elbows, your neck. Shake your body intensely.
Nithyanandam, 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 Anandam, Nithyanandam, Anandam, Nithyanandam, 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 Anandam, Nithyanandam, Anandam.
Now relax. Stand still. Stop all the movements in your body. Continue to keep your eyes closed. Breathe in and out deeply. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Feel the energy circulating around your body. Bring your awareness to your breath. Breathe as deep as possible, all the way until your knees. Inhale from your knees and exhale all the way till your knees. Now open your eyes. The next is the Katichinna Karana. In the Katichinna Karana, first get into the Aramandi position, that is your heels together, toes pointing outwards and your knees bent. Now bring your hands above your head with your arms crossed and your palms facing backwards. Now move your hips to the right side and uncross your arms wide above your head. Come back to the starting position. Now repeat on your left side. Turn your hips to the left side. Uncross your arms wide above your head and then come back to the starting position. Perform this again and again. This is the Katichinna Karana. Now relax. The next asana is Tadasana. Continue to remain in a standing position. Now stand tall on the tips of your toes and raise your hands above your head with your arms beside your ears. Visualize yourself as a palm tree. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is inhale, Feel the air going to your Jataragni and exhale. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha, that is all three bandhas together. The first is the Jalandhara Bandha. Place your chin to your chest. The second is Udhyana Bandha. Pull your stomach in and up. And the third is Mula Bandha. Contract your perineum. Perform the internal japa of Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान विनोतानम सदा कुर्यात अंतर्वत्नी पति प्रिया.
Now relax. The next asana is Uttanasana. In the Uttanasana, from the standing position, lean forward and down, bringing your hands flat onto the ground. Bend as much as possible. Bring your hands flat on the ground. Bend from your hips. Bend as much as possible. Engage all the three bandhas and bring your forehead towards your knees. Once your hands are placed on the ground, pull your knees inside and place your forehead on your knees. Even if it is paining or you're feeling a discomfort in your hamstrings or in your back, it is fine. Surrender to Swamiji's feet and unclutch from the pain. Breathe in and out deeply in the Samana Kumbhaka, that is inhale. When you hold your breath, visualize the air going to your Jataragni and then exhale. Each time you exhale, bring yourself, bend yourself more forward and more down, and bring your forehead closer and closer to touch your knees. Perform the Mahamudra Bandha in this asana also. The Mahamudra Bandha is all three bandhas together. The first is the Jalandhara Bandha, placing your chin to your chest. The second is Udhyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And the third is Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Perform the internal japa of Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान विनोतानम सदा कुर्यात अंतर्वत्नी पति प्रिया.
Now relax. The next asana is Tarakshvasana. In Tarakshvasana, place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Now step your feet to the back, keeping your toes on the ground. Make sure that your back is straight. Now tuck your chin to your chest and rotate your head from side to side. Perform the Jalandhara Bandha. Place your chin to your chest and rotate your head from side to side, bringing your chin to your opposite shoulders. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is inhale. Visualize the air going to your Jataragni, the fire in your stomach, and exhale. Perform the internal japa of Shivoham.
गजासनवस्थित्वामस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नयेत् तरक्श्वासनं भवति.
Now relax. The next asana is Bhujangasana. In Bhujangasana, lower your entire body onto the ground. Lower your body down onto your stomach and keep your toes pointing backwards. Now keep your hands next to your chest and raise your head up using the strength of your lower back. Do not lift with the support of your hands, but lift with the strength of your lower back. Keep your hands next to your chest, just as a support. The mudra that you will be performing is the Bhujangani mudra, that is, open your mouth wide and inhale through the hollow of your throat. Visualize yourself as a cobra. Perform the Samana Kumbhaka, that is, inhale, visualize the air going to your Jataragni, and exhale. Perform the Mula Bandha, that is, contracting your perineum, and the internal japa of Shivoham.
Angushthanaviparyantam adho bhumau vininyaset karabhyam chadram dhritva urdhashishah panivahi dehagnirvardate nityam sarvaroga nirashanam jagarti bhujagi devi bhujangasana sadhanat.
Now relax. Come back to a plank position, to Tarakshvasana, on your hands and feet. Raise your body off the ground. Come to Tarakshvasana, and in Tarakshvasana, alternate bringing your knee towards your chest. First bring your right knee towards your chest, and then bring your left knee towards your chest. Feel your abdominal muscles contracting as you bring your knees as close as possible to your chest. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is, inhale, and exhale comfortably. Perform the Mula Bandha, that is, contracting your perineum, and the japa of Shivoham.
Gajasana samsito janadva yama kuncha varam varam kartavyam shashasanam bhavati.
Now relax. Continue to remain in the plank position in Tarakshvasana. Now, place one foot forward in between both your hands, and now jump and simultaneously place one foot, the other foot, in front of your hands, and the hands which were in between your foot which was in between your hands to the back. Continue to alternate again and again. This is the Rathasana. Visualize yourself as a chariot. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is, inhale and exhale comfortably. Perform the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum, and the japa of Shivoham.
Gajasana samsito ekaikam padam puro margena brahmaitva kartavyam ratasanam bhavati.
Now relax. The next asana is Virabhadrasana. In Virabhadrasana, keep one foot flat on the ground, your toes pointing forwards, and bend your knees to a 90-degree angle. Extend your other leg back keeping your knee straight and toes pointed outwards. Now raise your arms parallel and pull your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha and perform the Mula Bandha, that is contracting your perineum. Keep the gaze to the third eye. Visualize yourself as Bhagavan Veerabhadra. Bhagavan Veerabhadra is the ferocious manifestation of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who came out of Paramashiva's own jata. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is inhale and exhale comfortably, and perform the japa, internal japa of Shivoham.
Vashishthamata kaundinyam. Vashishthamata kaundinyam udukukkutameva cha ashtavakramato tanam mayuram setu bandhanam uttanapadam krauncham cha marichim veerabhadrakam natarajam trikonam cha suptangushta prasarane.
The next is Veerabhadrasana on the other side. Now bring your opposite foot forward. Your toes pointing forwards and bend your knees to a 90-degree angle. Bring your hips as low as possible. Extend your other leg back, keeping your knee straight and toes pointed in an outward direction. Now raise both your arms up and parallel to each other beside your ears and pull your stomach in and up. Gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as Bhagavan Veerabhadra, the ferocious manifestation of Paramashiva. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is inhale and exhale comfortably. Perform the Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up, and perform the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. And perform the japa, internal japa of Shivoham.
Vashishthamata kaundinyam urthakukkutameva cha ashtavakramato tanam mayuram setu bandhanam uttanapadam krauncham cha marichim veerabhadrakam natarajam trikonam cha suptangushta prasarane.
Now relax and come to a standing position. The next asana is Vrikshasana. In Vrikshasana, stand tall and bring one foot to your inner thigh. Bring your palms together in the Anjali Mudra and slowly raise your palms. Raise your hands above your head. Keep your elbows straight. Visualize yourself as a tree. Keep your gaze at a fixed position. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is inhale and exhale comfortably. Perform the Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And perform the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. And perform the internal japa of Shivoham.
Vamurmula deshe cha yam yam padam nidayato tishthetu vrikshavad bhumau vrikshasanamidam viduhu.
Now relax. The next asana is Garudasana. In Garudasana, stand tall and bring your foot to your opposite hip. The foot which is on the ground, plant your foot firmly onto the ground and your knees as straight as possible. The mudra is Namaskara Mudra. Place your hands, palms together in front of your chest. Visualize yourself as Bhagavan Garuda. Bhagavan Garuda is the Vahana of Bhagavan Mahavishnu. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is, inhale and exhale comfortably. Perform the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum, and the internal japa of Shivoham.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवे सर्वदोषाद्विनिर्मुक्तो भवति महाबली एकपादमुरो बत्वा एकपादेन दण्डवत् जङ्घापादसन्धिदेशे जानुव्यग्रं व्यवस्थितम्.
Now let us perform both these asanas on the other side. The next asana is Vrikshasana. In Vrikshasana, now bring your other foot to your inner thigh. Now bring your palms together in the Anjali Mudra and keep your hands in front of your heart center and slowly raise your hands above your head. Keep your elbows straight. Visualize yourself as a tree. Keep your gaze at a fixed position and maintain your balance. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is, inhale and exhale comfortably. Perform the Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum. Perform the internal japa of Shivoham.
वामोर्मूलदेशे च यां यं पादं निधायतु तिष्ठेत वृक्षवद् भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Now relax. The next asana is Garudasana on the other side. Now take your other foot and place your foot at your opposite thigh, opposite hip. The feet on which you are standing, make sure that you're planting your feet to the ground and keep your knees straight as possible. Now bring your palms together in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra. Visualize yourself as Bhagavan Garuda, the Vahana of Bhagavan Mahavishnu. Perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, that is, inhale and exhale as comfortably as possible. Perform the Mula Bandha, contracting your perineum, and perform the japa of Shivoham.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत् सर्वदोषाद्विनिर्मुक्तो भवति महाबली एकपादमुरो बद्ध्वा एकपादेन दण्डवत् जङ्घापादसन्धिदेशे जानुव्यग्रं व्यवस्थितम्.
Now, let's move on to the next asana. The next asana is going to be Trikonasana. In Trikonasana, we're going to skip one leg far back. So one leg pointing forward, the other leg pointing sidewards. Now, as you are in this position, you're going to bend down towards the feet that is straight in front of you. You're going to bend down all the way, touching the floor with your hand, and the opposite hand going towards the sky, and look up. Bring your gaze up towards the sky. In this position, try to place your palm completely on the ground if you can. If you're not able to go all the way down, you can place your hands on your calf or on your knees, however you are, whichever is comfortable for you, and slowly pull yourself down towards the floor. supporting yourself, and visualize yourself as a triangle in your inner space with the internal japa Shivoham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now, please come back to the standing position. From this position, we are going to do the same Trikonasana on the other side. Now, stretch your feet out on the other direction. Stretch your feet out on the other direction. One leg facing forward, one leg facing the side. Now, bring your hands parallel to the ground, stretching your hands out parallel to the ground, and bend down towards the feet that is pointed in front of you. Bend down, and the other hand raising up straight. Look up, gaze towards the sky. Gaze towards the sky. Now, if you need assistance, you can place your hands on your calves or on your knees, taking support of your legs and slowly bending down. Visualize yourself as a triangle in your inner space. The internal japa Shivoham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Slowly come back to the standing position. Please come back to the standing position. The next we are going to be performing the Nikutaka Karana. In the Nikutaka Karana, as you are standing in the Aramandi position, which are your heels together, toes apart. Now, in this position, you're going to lift one of your feet up and then stomp it onto the ground. As you switch the hands, the position of your hands in front of your heart, let us perform the Nikutaka Karana. Please ensure there is a slight bend in your knee throughout the entire motion. Please relax. Let us now enter into the Angushtasana. In Angushtasana, you are going to lower down onto the tips of your toes, placing the perineum on the back heels. Lower down on your toes, sitting down on your heels. Now bring your knees together. Bring your knees together as close as possible and place your hands in front of your heart in the Namaskara Mudra. Your hands in front of your heart in the Namaskara Mudra. You're going to visualize Swamiji in your inner space, and we are going to be performing the Brahmari Kumbhaka. In Brahmari Kumbhaka, we are going to be inhaling with the sound of a bee buzzing. As you inhale and then slowly exhale and repeat the same. If you are unable to hold in this position, you can place your knees on the ground, but please sit on top of your toes. Perform the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
कबन्धासनमित्याहुः गोरक्षासनमेव च अङ्गुष्ठमुष्टिकं ज्ञेयं ब्रह्मप्रासादितं तथा.
Now, from this position, we are going to be entering into Saurasana. As we are seated on the tips of our toes, you're going to extend one leg straight in front of you, the heels down and the toes facing up. Now place your fingers onto the ground by the sides, palms facing forward. Palms facing forward. Place your hands on both the sides of your hip, palms facing forward, and one leg stretched out in front of you, heels on the floor and knees up. Let us perform the asana, the Saurasana. Please hold this position. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham as we perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वैकपादकं करत्वैकं पादतलं कृत्वा साम्नैव धारयेत्.
Slowly, from this position, we are going to enter into the Vidhunanasana. In Vidhunanasana, as your feet are stretched out, you are going to lift the same hand, the feet which is stretched out, lift that hand, place it in the prana mudra, which is your index and your middle finger together, and hold on to your big toe as you bend down. With your other hand holding on behind the heel. To get a better balance, you can drop your knees onto the ground. Now get yourself a full bend, pull your body all the way to the ground in this position. Pull your body all the way to the ground in this position as much as you can, and hold in the asana, in the Vidhunanasana. Please hold. As you perform the asana, bring the visualization of Swamiji in your inner space. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
गुल्पस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृशेत् तत्करेण गुल्पं चान्यं धारयेत् तत्करेण दूनं पीठं चाभिसेत् शोभयत्र.
Slowly come back. Now we are going to be performing the Saurasana on the other side. Now bring the feet back in and stretch out the other foot in front of you. Stretch out the other foot in front of you. As you are in this position, make sure that your palms are touching the ground, palms facing forward. Let us all together perform the Saurasana. Please perform the Saurasana. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space, the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वैकपादकं करत्वैकं पादतलं कृत्वा साम्नैव धारयेत्.
Now from this position, let us now hold on to the big toe of the leg that is stretched out with the same hand. Please place your hands in the prana mudra, having your index and middle finger together, and hold on to your big toe. The other hand holding on to the heels behind you. You can place your knee onto the ground. In the same position, place your knee on the ground as you hold on to the heel and bend down all the way to the ground in Vidhunanasana, and hold here for a few seconds. Hold here for a few seconds. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
गुल्पस्थितौ पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृशेत् तत्करेण गुल्पं चान्यं धारयेत् तत्करेण दूनं पीठं चाभिसेत् शोभयत्र.
All of you can relax, come back to sitting on top of your toes. Please sit on top of your toes. Now as you are sitting on top of your toes with your butt on the perineum, on your heels, now you're going to be placing the back of your hands resting on the sides of your knees. Have a slight gap between your knees. Have a slight gap between your knees. Your toes continue to be together. Only the knees are separated. The toes are together. Knees are a little bit stretched out. Now place your palms on your knees, palms facing upward. We are now going to be performing the Jalandhara Bandha as we do the Brahmari Kumbhaka. So first inhale, making the sound of a B. Once you inhale completely, you're going to enter into the Jalandhara Bandha, bringing your chin to the chest and locking the breath inside you as long as possible, as comfortably as possible. And when you're no more able to hold on the breath, slowly release the Jalandhara Bandha and exhale through your nose and repeat it again. During this whole period, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
दो पना पानी होय वैसे एड़ी दो गोड़ा निवेसे कोरपक तलिया की माहिली आइस माहेरा से मिली दो गोड़ा आगे आने सुदो करी ऊंचा ले दाने हस दो ले ऊपरी धरे उबे हथेली सुधी करे.
Slowly, from this asana, we are going to enter into the Kapilasana. We are going to now drop our feet onto the ground from the previous asana, from the Brahmajarankushasana. You're just going to drop your feet onto the ground. Now, have your knees stretched out as wide as possible. Stretch out your knees as wide as possible. your toes together, you seated on your heels, perineum on your heels, seated on your heels. Now place both your hands, your palms on top of your knees. Place both your palms on top of your knees. Continue to be seated on top of your heels. Now we are going to be performing the Udhyana Bandha after we do the Brahmari Kumbhaka, which is inhaling with the sound of a bee and then exhaling. Once you exhale completely, then you're going to perform the Udhyana Bandha by pulling your stomach in and up and holding as long as you can. And once you relax, again you're going to inhale by creating the sound of a bee in your inner space. You're going to visualize yourself as Kapila Mahamuni. Let's all perform the Kapilasana. Inhale, making the sound of a bee. And exhale completely. Now, let us pull our stomach in and up in the Udhyana Bandha. Visualize sage Vashishta in our inner space with the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
उबे पगतली समट हरावे तिनकी माहिली कोर मिलावे पनापान उकड़ होय वैसे एडी दो जोनी निवेसे गोड़ा दो भूमि लगावे समशरीर नीकाट हरावे हस्त दो ले ऊपरी दरे उबे हथेली सुधी करे.
Now we are going to perform the Bhadragorakasana being seated in the same position. We are now going to shift our gaze towards the third eye. Performing just the Brahmari Kumbhaka, we are not going to do the Udhyana Bandha in this, just perform the Brahmari Kumbhaka, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. In the internal japa, Sada Shivoham.
दो पगतली संपुट करे कोरवारली बू भरिदरे कोरवारली राके ऐसे तापरी मूल द्वार टिकी बेसे गोड़ा पीडी भूपरि दाके हाथ दो गोड़ा परि राके दृष्टि त्रिकुटी मध्य जुटाने ताकौ गोरक भद्र बकाने.
Relax. Now from this asana we are going to move to the next, which is Surya Asana. In Surya Asana, as you continue to be seated on top of your toes, your perineum on the heels. Now you're going to lift your knees off the ground. Now rest your palms on your knees. Get yourself a good balance in this position. Once you're able to comfortably balance yourself in this position, you are going to place your hands in the Padma Mudra, which is the Lotus Mudra, where you touch your thumb together, the little finger together, and the base of your palms together. Bring it in front of your heart. Bring the Padma Mudra in front of your heart. Now slowly raise it all the way above your head and look at the gap in between your palms, looking up towards the sun. Visualize Lord Surya in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
एडी दो गुड़ा तरियाने पना पाने बेटक पुनिटाने गोदा जंग अदर करे रहे आड़े बाम इसी विधि गहे दो बुझा नभ दशा पसारे कमल स्वरूप अंगुली दारे पौहना मदि छिद्र पुनिताने छिद्र विषय पुनि दृष्टि जुआने.
Relax. Now the next asana we are going to perform is the Mandukasana. In Mandukasana you are going to sit with the toes flat and the perineum on the heels. Toes flat, as you can see. You're not going to be keeping your toes up straight, you're just going to keep it flat, and then you're going to sit on top of your heels. Now keep your hands on top of your knees. And lift the tongue towards the upper palate of your mouth. Place your tongue touching the upper palate of your mouth. Now you're going to visualize yourself as a frog in your inner space, catching the drops of nectar that is dripping from your Sahasrara chakra in your inner space. While doing this, you're going to perform the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
पादतलौ पृष्ठदेशे अङ्गुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशेत् जानुयुग्मं पुरस्कृत्य साधयेन्मण्डूकासनम्.
Now we're going to be performing the Uttana Mandukasana, being seated in the same position. We are now going to keep our hands on the back, holding on to the opposite sides of our shoulder and pressing the side of our head with our elbows. Pressing the side of our head with our elbows. In this position, you're going to continue to visualize yourself as a frog in your inner space, catching the drops of nectar that is dripping from your Sahasrara chakra with your frog-like tongue. Let us also perform the Udhyana Bandha, the Sahaja Pranayama, where you just inhale and exhale in a comfortable position. Once you exhale, pull your stomach in and up into the Udhyana Bandha with the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
मंडूकासन मध्यस्थं कूर्पराभ्यां ततं शिरः एतद्बेकवदुत्थानम् एतदुत्थानमण्डूकम्.
Now relax. Let's enter into the next asana, which is the Simhasana. In Simhasana, you're going to cross your ankles and sit on top of your feet. Cross your ankles at the back of your butt and sit down on top of your heels. As you cross your ankles, sit down on top of your feet. Now keep your knees nice and wide and spread your fingers on top of your knees, palms on your knees, fingers spread wide apart. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out fully and exhale forcefully again and again. Bring your gaze towards the tip of your nose. Visualizing yourself as a lion in your inner space. Perform the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
दक्षिणं सव्यगुल्पेन दक्षिणेन ततेतरं हस्तौ च जान्वौ संस्थाप्य स्वाङ्गुली च प्रसार्य च व्याक्तवक्तो निरीक्षेत नासाग्रं सुसमाहितः सिंहासनं भवेदेतत् पूजितं योगिभिः सदा.
Please relax. Let's enter into the next asana, which is Bhadrasana. Please sit on your heels, your perineum on your heels, your knees wide apart. Now cross your hands behind the back and hold on to the big toes. Cross your hands behind the back and hold on to your big toes in the Prana Mudra, which is your index and middle finger. Hold on to your opposite big toes. In this asana, we are going to be performing the Jalandhara Bandha, which is once you inhale and fill your chest with the air, lungs with the air, pull your chin down towards the chest, locking yourself into the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
गुल्पौ च वृषणस्यादौ युत्क्रमेण समाहितः पादाङ्गुष्ठौ कराभ्यां च धृत्वा च पृष्ठदेशतः जालन्धरं समासाद्य नासाग्रम् अवलोकयेत् भद्रासनं भवेदेतत् सर्वव्याधिविनाशकम्.
Now we are going to move on to the Kakabhushandi Asana. In the Kakabhushandi Asana, you're going to squat down, your feet flat on the ground, knees open in front of you. Bring your arms in and around the back. So you're going to bring your arms in around the knees and around the back and interlace the fingers behind your back. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Try to hold as much as possible. Pull your body as close as possible, trying to interlock your fingers as much as possible. Come on, pull, 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 pull. Now bring your gaze towards the nose, visualizing yourself as a crow in your inner space, and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
प्रथमे वेशक उकड़टाने दो हाथ पगम बीच आने तिनको मोड़ी नलिया परिलावे पृष्ठ बचे कांकसी करावे यहाँ आसन के किए ते द्रिगुड़ी जो सुबह जाय जयत राम योग कीजिए नासा दृष्टि लगाय.
The next asana we are all going to be performing is the Kanipavasana. Now in Kanipavasana, as you are seated, as you are in a squatted position, Now you're going to place your palms on the floor, shoulder width apart. Palms on the floor, shoulder width apart. Now bring the knees onto the back of your arms as close as possible towards the armpits. Bring your knees on the back of your arms as close as possible towards your armpits. Now once you are in this position, you're going to shift your weight to the front of your body towards your head and slowly lift one foot at a time off the ground. Lift both the feet off the ground and balance in this position. Try to pull your heels as close as possible to your butt. In this asana, we're going to visualize Swamiji in our inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
आसन कौगन जल आसन कौगन पीति जाई.
Now, the next asana, the Kapali asana, is a progression from this asana. As you are in the Kanipavasana, you can drop down onto your head in front of you. You can just bend forward, placing your head onto the ground. Placing your head onto the ground, drop down onto your head. And once your hands and knees are together, once you are able to get yourself balanced in this position, slowly lift your feet up towards the sky and balance in the Kapali asana. We can do this along with our partners. Those of you who need assistance, please get along with your partners. Let's perform the Kapali asana together with your partners. So the partners can assist. You can also do the same thing from going down from the ground. So while you are on your knees, you can be on your knees, and from your knees, get down on your knees, and from your knees you can place your head on the ground. Place your head on the ground. Your hands in front of your face, not by the side but in front. Your elbows perpendicular 90 degrees to the ground. Now slowly pull yourself up. Bring one leg together, one leg at a time. Lift it up and then lift the other and hold. Once you get a balance in this position, you're going to lift your body up, lift your feet up towards the sky, continuing to balance in this position. Let us perform the asana, the Kapali asana together. Perform the Kapali asana together. Make sure you're supporting your partner. You can now switch partners. Switch partners as we continue to perform the asana. Bring your head onto the ground, your palms in front of your face, elbows 90 degree perpendicular to the ground. Now slowly lift your knees off, your feet off the ground, knees up towards the sky and feet up towards the sky. Balance in this position. The partners can support each other by holding this position. Come on, LA female team, please perform. LA female team, let's all perform the asana together. Kapali asana. Lift your feet up, get into a headstand. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
शीश शीशा धरती ते की पग दो वो मिलिवा ऊंचा कुकरे पगतली आकाश दिश सुमन रासे दो हाथाल की हथेली दो पाशत्या धरती ते को ऋषिनासा अग्र आसन कौगन रहे कपाल आसन जाम बाल होई.
Okay, relax, please relax. Okay, so now we are going to be entering into the next asana, which is going to be the Parshva Mayurasana. In Parshva Mayurasana, all of you come to a seated position. All of you come to a squatted position. Come on top of your feet. Squat yourself down. Squat down. Please enter into a squatted position. Now, as you are in a squatted position, you're going to twist your body to one side. Twist your body to one side, as you can see. twist your body to one side. Make sure that your knees are supported on your elbows and the back of your arms. The other side also, you can support it where your butt is there. The hand there can be supporting by bending your elbows. Now slowly move the weight of your body on top of your elbows, bending forward, bend forward, and slowly lift your feet off the ground, one leg at a time or both the legs together, whichever you're comfortable with. In this asana, you're going to visualize yourself as a peacock in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
Mayuram dandavat kuryat, Mayuram dandanamakam, Kuryan Mayuram parshvabhyam, Mayura parshvanamakam.
Relax. Relax. Now rotate your hands. Relax your wrist. Relax your wrist. Shake out your hands. Then we'll do it on the other side. Please relax your wrist. Shake your hands out. And then let's perform the Parshva on the other side. Come back to a squatted position. Twist your body to the other side. Now as you are in this position, move your body, the weight of your body on top of your elbows. Bend forward. Bend forward and hold the position. Stretching our feet out in the Parshva Mayurasana, visualizing yourself as a peacock in your inner space. The internal japa Sada Shivoham.
Mayuram dandavat kuryat, Mayuram dandanamakam, Kuryan Mayuram parshvabhyam, Mayura parshvanamakam.
Relax. Once again, come back in a seated position. Come back to a seated position. Just shake your hands out. The next asana we are going to be performing is going to be the Bhairanganathasana. Now, let's all enter into the Tarakshvasana, which is going to be a plank position. All of you enter into a Tarakshvasana, the plank position. Now, while you are in this position, you're going to pull your feet, one of your foot all the way in front of you. It can be your left or right. Pull it all the way in front of your shoulders, in front of your arms, placing your feet right beside your palms, adjacent to your palms. Yes, pull and put. And then once you pull your feet as much as you can, and then you can adjust. You can then adjust your feet, how much ever you are able to adjust into the position. Now in this position, look in front of you, look up in front of you, bring your hips down towards the ground. Bring your hips down towards the ground and hold in this position, getting a beautiful stretch in your thigh muscles. And visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
Asana Kaugana Piti Jayi.
Relax. Now get your feet back. Get your feet back. We're going to be perform the Bhairanganathasana on the other side. Now kick the other foot over your shoulders in front of your arms and place your knees on top of your palms. Place your knees on top of your arms and your feet beside your palms. Your feet beside your palms. Place your feet beside your palms and bring your body, your hips all the way towards the ground. Do not try and bend your knees. Try to keep it straight.
Join the call. I'm calling you in the phone.
Now, as you are in this asana, you're going to visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava in your inner space and the internal japa Sada Shivoham.
Asana Kaugana Piti Jayi.
Now relax, stretch your feet out in front of you. Just relax for a few moments, shaking your body out, your feet out.
Yes. Now we'll be moving into the next asana. The next asana is Vashishthasana. So the next asana is Unmukha Pitasana. So now let's once again come back to a plank position. Let's all come back into Tarakshvasana. Please come on to your hands and raise your knees off the mat. And now you're going to slowly bend the elbows and bring the forearms to the mat. And in this asana, make sure your palms are flat. Do not clench your fists. Just keep your palms flat on the mat. And now start walking your feet closer. Start walking your feet closer to the face, to your body, and try to flatten the heels. Experience that nice stretch on your calves and hamstrings. Push yourself forward, and in this asana, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Mula Bandha, pulling the perineum into. The japa is the Sahaja Kumbhaka, and the japa is Sadashivoham. Bhunyastau januni hastau chatushpadamavanmukam uttapitangri yugala katistalama bhiruka. Yes, now come back to a plank position. Keep your elbows straight. Now we are going to be moving into Vashishthasana. So in Vashishthasana, we are going to be turning to one side and standing on one hand with both of our feet on the mat. So you can all have a look at the screen. So in this asana, you need to make sure that for example, if you are on the right shoulder, you need to make sure that the right hand is under the right shoulder and the right shoulder is under the body, and it's a complete straight line. And to get some more balance, if you feel you're not able to be stable over here, then place one foot forward. So you can place the top foot in front of the foot that is on the ground, and this will give you some more balance. And now with the other hand, raise it towards the sky and turn your head and gaze at the sky as well. So let's perform this asana, requesting all the participants to get on to your right hand, and you can all once again place your right hand on the mat, raise on to the hands, straighten the knees, and don't slouch or arch your hips. Do not slouch or arch your hips. Keep them in a straight line to your feet. Raise the other hand towards the sky and start visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Continue to hold the Sadashivoham japa. Urdhva kukkuta vashishta marichi halamatsyakam parivrittim chodarasya vividam dhanurasanam. Relax, take a moment to turn to the opposite side. Let's now perform the same asana on the left side. So now once again, come back into a plank position, and this time turn onto your left hand and raise the right hand towards the sky. Continue to keep the gaze towards the sky as well, and keep your bodies in a straight line as you visualize the great sage Vashishta, the author of the Ramayana, in this asana. And continue to perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the easy breathing, as we perform this asana. Urdhva kukkuta vashishta marichi halamatsyakam parivrittim chodarasya vividam dhanurasanam.
The next asana is the Anjani asana. Please be seated now with your legs straight, stretched in front of you. Keep your back straight. Tuck your hands under your buttocks. Keep your elbows straight towards your sides of the body. Keep your back completely straight. Inhale and hold your breath in the Jalandhara Bandha. Lock your neck to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. Chant the japa Mahasadashivoham. Visualize Lord Hanuman and keep your gaze to the nose.
दो करा की उबे हथेली कोरवार ले मेले बेली सो आगाने भूपरिदासे महाने अंगुल मिली रासे अंगुष्ट चीदा राशे दोई पुनि हथेली पिष्टि जोई तापरि मूल द्वार टिकी वेसे बहरो जगत करे एक वेसे.
The next asana is the Paschimottanasana. Now, from your legs straight, stretched in front of you, raise your hands up in the Prana Mudra with your index and middle finger stretched out. Bend forward and down, holding your big toes with your fingers in the Prana Mudra. Try to get your forehead as close as possible to your knees. If you can't hold your toes, you can stretch as much as possible by trying to bring your knees towards the forehead towards the knees. You can also bounce yourself up and down a little bit. In the Rechaka Kumbhaka, inhale, do the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking your chin to the chest. Now exhale, sucking your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha and tightening your perineum region in the Moola Bandha. And let us now perform the Paschimottanasana. Chant the japa Mahasadashivoham and keep your gaze forward.
जानु परिललाटं तो पश्चिमं तानमुच्यते येन केन प्रकारेण सुखं दार्यं च जायते.
Next is the Ugrasana. Seated in the same position, in the same posture. Interlace your fingers behind your neck as demonstrated by the Acharya. Inhale and exhale in the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply. Tuck your neck in the Jalandhara Bandha towards your chest. Exhale now. Suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Bend forward and down, bringing your forehead towards the knees as much as you can. Visualize Devi Kali, Goddess Kali, in your inner space, the ferocious form of Goddess Kali, and chant the japa Mahasadashivoham.
स्वपानिभ्यां धृतं धृत्वा झानु परिशिरोन्यसेत् आसन उग्रमिदं प्रोक्तं भवेदलिलदीपनं देहावसानहरणं पश्चिमोत्थान सम्यकं य एतदासनं श्रेष्ठं प्रत्यहं धारयेत् सुधीः वायुः पश्चिममार्गेण तस्य सञ्चरति ध्रुवम् एतदभ्यासशीलानां सर्वसिद्धिप्रजायते तस्माद् योगी प्रयत्नेन साधयेत् सिद्धमात्मनः गोपनीयं प्रयत्नेन न यस्य कस्यचित् येन शीघ्रं मरुत्सिद्धिर्भवेत् दुःखौघनाशिनी.
Now relax from the Ugrasana. Relax from the Ugrasana. Okay. Now lift one knee up and bring your soles of the feet towards the perineum. Take your right hand in and back, and your left hand reach your Hold both your hands together behind you. Try to get your forehead as close as possible to your knees. We are only going to be performing the Moola Bandha here. Continue to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, visualizing sage Marichi. You're visualizing yourself as sage Marichi in your inner space. Chant the japa Maha Sada Shivoham in your inner space.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now unlock your fingers. Next is the Mahamudrasana. Drop your raised knee to the ground. Drop your raised knee to the ground. Keep your soles of the feet by the perineum, close to your perineum. Now, bend forward and down, holding your feet that is stretched out in front of you with both your hands. Try to get your forehead as close as possible to your knees. We are going to be performing the Mahamudra Bandha, all of the three bandhas now. Continue to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Let us inhale. Lock the Jalandhara Bandha. Exhale. Suck your stomach in and up into the Uddiyana Bandha. And the Moola Bandha. Bring your forehead as close as possible to your knees. Keep your gaze towards your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Chant the japa Maha Sada Shivoham.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे यां प्राप्य सिद्धा सिद्धिं च कपिलाद्या पुरागताः.
Let us now relax. Stretch the feet that is close to your perineum in front of you. Just relax your feet a little bit. Now, the feet that was stretched in front of you, let us bring that closer to the perineum with your knees raised up. Your knees should be raised up with your thighs touching your chest. Now, take your left hand. If your left knee is raised above, take your left hand in and back. Your right hand back as well from around, holding both your hands together, interlacing both your fingers together, bringing your forehead towards the knee that is stretched as much as you can. You can bounce up and down. Keep your gaze to the third eye. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Let us do the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Perform the Moola Bandha, tightening your perineum region, and chant the japa Maha Sada Shivoham.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Now release your hands. Bring your knee that was raised towards the ground, keeping your soles of the feet, sole of the raised knee towards your perineum. Drop the knee to the ground. Now hold your feet with both your hands. Bring your forehead as close as possible to your knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Let us perform the Mahamudra Bandha. Inhale. Lock yourself into the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking your chin towards the chest. Yes, even if you're not able to do, keep your head bent forward. Do not raise your head up. Kailasa, Bolivia, Bolivia team, Bolivia males. Continue. Yes. Bend forward. Let us lock ourselves into the Mahamudra Bandha now. Inhale. Lock yourself into the Jalandhar Bandha. Exhale. Suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Tighten your perineum region into the Moola Bandha and try to get your forehead as close as possible to your knees. And continue to chant the japa Mahasada Shivoham.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे यां प्राप्य सिद्धा सिद्धिं च कपिलाद्या पुरागताः.
Now raise up, relax. Yes. Now stretch both your feet forward. Just relax your feet. Relax your feet. Yes. Okay. Now bend your legs. Bring the soles of your feet together. Close to your perineum. Keep your feet together as close as possible to your perineum. Hold your feet with both your hands. Push your knees towards the ground without using your hands. Just by your will, push your knees towards the ground. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Intensely let us visualize Swamiji in our inner space. Push your knee towards the ground with your will. You can bounce your knees up and down. You can bounce your knees up and down if you are not fully reaching the ground yet. With your knees, try to bounce your knees up and down. Yes, nice. Feel the stretch happening in your inner thigh, close to your perineum. Feel the nice stretch that's happening. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Continue to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Keep your gaze towards the third eye and chant the japa Mahasada Shivoham.
गुल्पौ सुविशनस्यादः शीवन्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत् पादपार्श्वे पाणिभ्यां धृतं बद्ध्वा सुनिश्चलं भद्रासनं भवेदेतत् सर्वव्याधिविषाणकम्.
Next, you can leave your feet. Now place your hands on top of your knees, gently pressing them down. Don't press them down too much. Just gently put your hands on your knees. Don't press your knees down too much. Just place your hands on the knees. Let your knees go down as close to the ground as possible. Stay in the position. Stay in the position. Look up. Keep your back straight. Keep your back straight as possible. Straighten your back. Let's just get comfortable with the position. This is the last asana for today. Let us just get comfortable with the position. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Continue to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Chant the japa Maha Sada Shivoham.
पूरब चरत पट चौक कह्यो सोई वाही विधियो की जी सोई यामे एड़ी भिन्न जुराशे अंगुल आद अंदर रासे चिबक कंठ कूप में टानो नासा दृष्टि को टानो या करी जालंधर बंद होई साधक साधे विधि सो कोई.
Yes. Now let us relax. Relax now. Please stretch your feet forward and lie down on the ground into the Shavasana. Relax your hands, your legs, your feet, your back, your head. Relax all the muscles of your body. Completely relax yourself. Lie down on your mats, everyone, into the Shavasana. Inhale and exhale deeply and slowly, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Now, slowly move your hands, move your legs. Pull your knees towards your chest. Roll side to side. And sit up. Yes, we have completed today's session. Yes, now all of you can sit up. Please sit up. Slowly raise up. Sit in a comfortable seated position. Yes. Please bring your hands into the Atmanjali Mudra in front of your heart center. Let us offer our gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, Swamiji, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to perform the most authentic form of yoga. With this, let us conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Yes, thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Nithyanandam, requesting the hall volunteers to guide the participants. Thank you everyone. Nithyanandam.